Once Alana gets going live, she'll never want to stop, y'all. This is good news for all of you.
I would like now to introduce Jason King, Chair and Associate Professor.
Honey, it's starting. I don't know if you want to look or.
I'm Jason King,
You got it.
Chair and Associate Professor of the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, Tisch School of the Arts, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Fine Arts.
Ooh,
Will
Doctor of Fine
trustee
Arts.
Brett Rockheim please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Wow.
Taylor Swift,
Amongst the Swifties.
blazing singer-songwriter, producer, director, actress,
She can
pioneering
multitask.
and influential advocate for artists' rights.
Y'all, she's a woman, but she can't multitask. I'm sorry. She
I
can't.
can sometimes.
Honey, we were just talking about this morning. Give me a break. I don't mean it negatively.
Blazing singer-songwriter, producer, director, actress, pioneering and influential advocate for artists' rights, and philanthropist. You have brought joy and resolve to your hundreds of millions of fans throughout the world.
She's so emotional.
That's
One
why
of
I
the
didn't want you missing
best-selling
it.
music artists in history. You have crossed genres, demographics, age groups, and borders of all kinds to touch lives around the globe. With 9 original studio albums, 2 re-recorded studio albums,
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 extended plays,
Jeez.
3 live albums, and 14 compilations.
Jesus.
You have sold well over 100 million album units.
Wow.
Earning
Wow.
awards and honors in every category. You have used the remarkable platform you earned to galvanize support for the Equality Act,
Yeah.
to prevent discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. And you have spoken out, and you have supported initiatives to protect women and girls from harassment and sexual assault.
Yeah, she did.
You have donated significantly to victims of floods and tornadoes, for cancer research, literacy programs for children,
Oh,
and
wow.
public education. You have fearlessly challenged the exploitation of music artists and successfully championed their right to be compensated for
Their
their work.
work. Let's go.
I love
Taylor.
how he says successfully championed it. Because she has.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, jeez. Just say the name. Holy.
You are a role model across the world for your unprecedented talent and accomplishment, your fierce advocacy for protection of those facing discrimination, and your commitment to speaking out forcefully, eloquently, and effectively on behalf of all artists. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
That's huge.
Wow. Oh, look at her shaking.
This means the world over. This is before her Eras tour even.
Wow.
God, she has to speak now?
I am now pleased to introduce Taylor Swift, who will respond on behalf of the honorary degree recipients.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, I'm nervous for You okay?
I'm not crying.
I'm Taylor.
You're crying. Hi, I'm Taylor. I love it. Iconic.
Last time I was in a stadium this size, I was dancing in heels and wearing a glittery leotard. This outfit is much more comfortable.
Aww.
I would like to say a huge thank you to NYU's chairman of the board of trustees, Bill Berkeley,
We love
and
you,
all the
Swifties.
trustees and members of the board, NYU's
Dr.
president,
Swift.
Andrew Hamilton, provost, Catherine Fleming, and the faculty and alumni here today who have made this day possible. I feel so proud to share this day with my fellow honorees, Susan Hockfield and Felix Matos Rodriguez, who humble me with the ways they improve our world with their work. As for me, I'm 90% sure the main reason I'm here is because I have a song called 22.
Nice, Taylor.
And let me just say, I am
I'm asking honeys here, if you ever do need me to pause it during this, just let me know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And if you're good, I know
I'm
she
good.
can multitask. I understand that, y'all.
And let me just say, I am elated to be here with you today as we celebrate and graduate New York University's class of 2022.
What a big class.
Not a single one of us here today has done it alone. We are each a patchwork quilt of those who have loved us, those who have believed in our futures, those who showed us empathy and kindness, or told us the truth even when it wasn't easy to hear. Those who told us we could do it when there was absolutely no proof of that. Someone read stories to you and taught you to dream and offered up some moral code of right and wrong for you to try and live by. Someone tried their best to explain every concept in this insanely complex world to the child that was you as you asked a bazillion questions like, how does the moon work? And why can we eat salad but not grass?
That always confused me.
And maybe they didn't do it perfectly. No one ever can.
Technically, you
Maybe
can
they
eat
aren't
grass.
with us anymore. In that case, I hope you'll remember them today.
Yes, hon.
If they are in this stadium, I hope you'll find your own way to express your gratitude for all the steps
And the missteps.
and missteps that have led us to this common destination.
The comment said that she didn't even use a teleprompter for this. This is all off.
I know that
like,
words are
from
supposed to
memory.
be my thing.
It sure looks like it, too. I thought she maybe had, like, a piece of paper in front of her, but that could just be your degree, right?
Yeah, I
But
think it's
I
just
will
the
never
degree.
be able to find the words to thank my mom and dad, my brother Austin, for the sacrifices they made every day so I could go from singing in coffee houses to standing up here with you all today, because no words would ever be enough.
Let's go, Family Swift. Oh, she's
To
so
all the incredible
incredible.
parents, family members, mentors, teachers, allies, friends, and loved ones here today who have supported these students in their pursuit of educational enrichment. Let me say to you now, welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you.
Also, let us know anytime there's a Midnight's lyric that she has dropped in the Easter eggs in the comments, so we just kind of know. Just
That
so
was
we know
one.
you know. It felt like one, didn't it?
I know because I've heard "Welcome to New York." Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, nice.
I know that song.
For you. I'd like to thank NYU for making me, technically, on paper at least,
Yes.
a doctor. Not the type of doctor you would want around in case of an emergency.
No.
Unless your specific emergency was that you desperately needed to hear a song with a catchy hook and an intensely cathartic bridge section.
Yeah.
Or if your emergency was that you needed a person who can name over 50 breeds of cats in 1 minute.
Wow. Let's hear it.
I never got to have a normal college experience per se.
Yeah.
I went to public high school until 10th grade and then finished my education doing homeschool work on the floors of airport terminals.
Right.
Then I went out on the road for radio tour, which sounds incredibly glamorous, but in reality, it consisted of a rental car, motels, and my mom and I pretending to have loud mother-daughter fights with each other during boarding so no one would want the empty seat between us on Southwest.
Oh my God, so smart.
I love that.
As a kid,
So smart.
I always thought I would...
We need to do that.
That is so smart, y'all. First of all, this is incredible to see how big this moment meant to her emotionally, for her to feel like normal a bit.
Yeah.
You know, you really could feel that in here. Again, my sister got to speak in her graduation, so it makes me think of my sister again, just seeing Taylor in her presence, and like that's what Taylor does. She reminds you of people that you love in your life.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I wish our high school let us know when we were getting awards so that we could have prepped a speech or like something to say. Because when I got an award in high school, I got a bursary for going to college because I graduated with a baby.
Nice.
And I wish I
Hard
would have
work.
known that I was getting that award. So A, I would have shown up to the assembly, and B, I would have been able to prepare a speech or something for it, because that would have been a ton of fun. Because like when you get to have this moment, you really want to get that moment, right? Like this is such an amazing moment for Taylor. Like she's becoming, as she says, on paper at least, a doctor of music, right? And it's such an achievement. It's such an honor to have all of your works be recognized, the works that you've really put out into the world be recognized through something physical and meaningful, like this type of I want to call it a performance, but this situation where she gets to actually have a speech, have a moment, and address everyone who's really been around who love her.
Of course, fine arts doctorate.
Yeah.
Dr. Swift.
Dr. Swift.
As a kid, I always thought I would go away to college.
Oh, it was a
Imagining
1989 lyric, not a
posters
midnight
that would
lyric.
hang on the wall of my freshman
At least you
dorm.
knew, though.
I even set the ending of my music video from my song Love Story at my fantasy imaginary college, where I meet a male model reading a book on the grass, and with one single glance, we realized we had been in love in our past lives. Which is exactly what you guys all experienced at some point in the last 4 years, right?
What's up, bud?
There's a comment here and I just want to respond to it. So Eka 9900 says grass is a different family. It's a monocots than plants like lettuce and leafy greens that are dicots. So the difference affect things like digestibility, which makes sense on why you can't eat grass, but you can eat salad. However, grass still tastes like matcha. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still tastes like matcha.
How long ago did he eat grass?
I was a child.
I hope so.
I definitely ate grass as a child. I was like, if I can't, I can show you that I can eat it. Oh, it wasn't good.
I ate it during my Pokemon days when I was a Bulbasaur, but like that only lasted one night.
Yeah, I was definitely much older. I definitely was old enough to know not to eat grass.
That's my girl, honey.
As we had been in love in our past lives. Which is exactly what you guys all experienced at some point in the last 4 years, right?
Someone just asked you a question.
But I,
Ooh, a question for me.
That's why we need to get Alana communicating more with y'all. Y'all are here for Alana a lot, which I understand. Oh, it's right at the end here. You could write the speech now, Alana, of what you would wanted to say.
Oh, what I would have wanted to say, oh my God, if I would have, back in high school when I got the award, what I would have wanted to say would have been like, thank you so much for this award. This really means a lot to me to have been able to get an award for like being able to graduate with a baby. Not many people are able to continue their high school after having a child at such a young age. So being able to have the opportunity to not only continue my education, but now how to have an opportunity to continue greater education from there with having a bursary to go through with that education was such an honor to get from that recognition from the school, as well as from my peers, because my peers were the ones who actually nominated me to get that award from the school itself.
Cool.
So that was a really cool experience, and I would have written it and made it a lot more eloquent, but that's basically what I would have said.
Nice. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Really can't complain about not having a normal college experience to you, because you went to NYU during a global pandemic, being essentially locked into your dorms and having to do classes over Zoom. Everyone in college during normal times stresses about test scores. But on top of that, you also had to pass like 1,000 COVID tests.
Yeah.
I imagine the idea of a normal college experience was all you wanted to.
Yep.
Yep.
But in this case, you and I both learned that you don't always get all the things in the bag that you selected from the menu in the delivery service that is life.
Wow.
You
well
get
said.
what you get.
You get what you get.
And you
as
don't get upset.
I would like to say to you, wholeheartedly, you should be very proud of what you've done with it.
Thanks, Taylor.
Today, you leave New York University and then go out into the world searching what's next. And so will I.
Well, that's incredible, because one thing that did happen for me is I went to college late, and I went to college right before the pandemic hit. On my second semester, the pandemic hit, and then everything had to go online. And then for me, I'm like, I'm not paying to do things online where you can cheat on your score test, and just so that it totally changed everything. But it's cool that even someone like a Taylor went through that experience.
It's really cool. I went to college right out of high school because I had that bursary, right? And I was broke and I needed to be able to buy formula and I needed to be able to pay for my child. So I applied for a student loan and I went to college right out of high school so that I could pay for living expenses. And my college experience was the really normal college experience, or a very Hollywoodized college experience, I would say. And it was really fun and eventful, but I learned absolutely nothing. So I wish I would have been locked into a dorm room sometimes,
Right.
forced to be able to learn and get that education. So I think whatever college experience you had, there's definitely going to be comeuppance about it, or cumbersome aspects about it. And like, so it's I don't think there really is a normal college experience. It's whatever you made of it, whatever the hand you were dealt with it. So it's really cool to see like even Taylor acknowledging what other people have gone through with their college experience within the COVID and within everything like that, like what you went through where you happened second semester. Like, what are you going to do with that, right? So
All right.
So as a rule, I try not to give anyone unsolicited advice unless
Yes.
they ask for it. I'll go into this more later. I guess I have been officially solicited in this situation to impart whatever wisdom I might have to tell you things that have helped me so far in my life. Please bear in mind that I in no way feel qualified to tell you what to do. You've worked and struggled and sacrificed and studied and dreamed your way here today. And so you know what you're doing. You'll do things differently than I did them, and for different reasons. So I won't tell you what to do, because no one likes that. I will, however, give you some life hacks I wish I knew when I was starting out my dreams of a career and navigating life, love, pressure, choices, shame, hope, and friendship. The first of which is, life can be heavy, especially if you try to carry it all at once. Part of growing up and moving into new chapters of your life is about catch and release. What I mean by that is knowing what things to keep and what things to release. You can't carry all things, all grudges, all updates on your ex, all enviable promotions your school bully got at the hedge fund his uncle started.
Seems specific.
Yeah.
Decide
Nepotism.
what is yours to hold and let the rest go. Oftentimes, the good things in your life are lighter anyway, so there's more room for them. One toxic relationship can outweigh so many wonderful, simple
Got that
joys.
right.
You get to
Lyrics
pick
incoming.
what your life
Dear reader.
has time and room for. Be discerning. Secondly, learn to live alongside cringe.
Yes. So glad she said that.
No matter how hard you try to avoid being cringe, you will look back on your life and cringe retrospectively.
Yep.
In the moment, sometimes even.
Yep.
Cringe is unavoidable over a lifetime.
Yes.
Even the term cringe might someday be deemed cringe. I promise you, you're probably doing or wearing something right now that you will look back on later and find revolting and hilarious. You can't avoid it, so don't try to.
I'm liking what I got
For
right
example,
now.
I had a phase where, for the entirety of 2012, I dressed like a 1950s housewife. But you know what? I was having fun. Trends and phases are fun. Looking back and laughing is fun. And while we're talking about things that make us squirm, but really shouldn't, I'd like to say I'm a big advocate for not hiding your enthusiasm
Yeah,
for things.
that's just it.
Yeah.
It seems to me that there is a false stigma around eagerness in our culture of unbothered ambivalence.
Oh,
This outlook perpetuates the idea that it's not cool to want it. That people who don't try are fundamentally more chic than people who do. And I wouldn't know because I've been a lot of things, but I've never been an expert on chic. But I'm the one who's up here, so you have to listen to me when I say this.
yes.
Never be ashamed of trying. Effortlessness is a myth.
Yeah.
The people who wanted it the least were the ones I wanted to date and be friends with in high school.
Yep.
The people who want it the most are the people I now hire to work for my company.
Yeah.
I'm so happy she's saying this because we're addressing our kids, even some of my friends in my age, were just trying is not
Even
cool.
myself at times.
Yeah, like I'm someone who advocates enthusiasm is what will make you try hard. Enthusiasm is being filled with God's Spirit. That means just like wanting to create and wanting to do it with joy and to be
gusto
fruitful
and
and
be
to be
fruitful.
fruitful like she is. She's trying to make everyone feel heard here too. So I think that's really great to know you better try, because it's those who are sometimes telling you that you're trying too hard that just don't want you to succeed. And I hear other noises too.
Oh, that's coming from upstairs. I was just seeing what the
Sounds good. We're good.
yeah, Helena says apathy is hot. That's one of her lyrics.
That is one of them.
I think I've quoted that lyric at least 6 times since hearing that song.
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something I always, a lot of people have not the most expressive faces anymore, I'm noticing too.
That's something that you and I actually, if we let you in on a little bit of the behind the scenes in the Percival house, that's something you and I actually struggle with a lot. You are extremely enthusiastic. I am extremely, I don't want to say I'm apathetic, but in my
You're selective with your enthusiasm.
I'm selective with my enthusiasm, because I definitely growing up fell into the chic,
Don't try hard.
don't try hard
Yeah.
issues within life, because so I was with a different family and a different town every 2-ish years growing up. So I tried very hard to be cool, and I always wanted to be cool and accepted, because maybe if I was cool and accepted, I wouldn't have to move again. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
But that was a very big thing for me. So now that's part of my personality almost. It's a learned personality trait.
Yep.
So that has become something that is difficult to maneuver within our life sometimes,
Try
where
to
you're
change the pattern.
trying to change that pattern. You're like, Alana, look at this amazing thing. And I'm like, that's cool. And he's like, but are you excited about it? Yeah, I'm very excited. But can you show me? Yay, right? So those are those moments that can be, that she's talking about, is make sure you don't train yourself to be apathetic in your reactions to things.
That's why you gotta be grateful.
And so be grateful for those moments.
You won't have any negative feelings
Exactly.
if you think gratefully.
I started writing songs when I was 12, and since then, it's been the compass guiding my life, and in turn, my life guided my writing. Everything I do is just an extension of my writing, whether it's directing videos or a short film, creating the visuals for a tour, or standing on a stage performing.
You asked me a question and I never answered this, and I don't know why it came up right now. All Too Well.
All Too
10-minute
Well.
version.
The 10-minute version
That's
of
my
All Too
favorite
Well.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. It just came out.
Creating the visuals for a tour, or standing on a stage performing. Everything is connected by my love of the craft. The thrill of working through ideas and narrowing them down and polishing it all up in the end. Editing.
Yes,
Waking up in the
I'm
middle
with
of the
you,
night.
Helen.
Throwing out the old idea because you just thought of a newer, better one, or a plot device that ties the whole thing together. There's a reason they call it a hook. Sometimes a string of words
Someone just said
ensnares me,
golden
and I
retriever
can't
and black cat
focus
energies.
on anything until it's been recorded or
That's
written
us.
down. As a songwriter, I've never been able to sit still or stay in one creative place for too long. I've made and released 11 albums, and in the process, I've switched genre from country to pop to alternative to folk.
Yep.
And this might sound like a very songwriter-centric line of discussion, but in a way, I really do think we are all writers.
Of course.
And most of us write in a different voice for different situations. You write differently in your Instagram stories than you do your senior thesis. You send a different type of email to your boss than you do your best friend from home.
Yep.
We are all literary chameleons, and I think it's fascinating. It's just a continuation of the idea that we are so many things all the time. And I know it can be really overwhelming figuring out who to be.
You know what's really overwhelming? Having to be a man right now.
Doing that man spread.
I don't want to do the man thing in front of all y'all.
So how do you pull? Do you just pull the side of the underwear? Do you tug it down? Do you tug? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I was about to explain, y'all. Finally, a question for me. Well, you see. Anyways.
And when.
If I were a
Who
man.
you are now and how to act in order to get where you want to go. I have some good news. It's totally up to you. I have some terrifying news. It's totally up to you. I said to you earlier that I don't ever offer advice unless someone asks me for it, and now I'll tell you why. As a person who started my very public career at the age of 15, it came with a price. And that price was years of unsolicited advice. Being the youngest person in every room for over a decade meant that I was constantly being issued warnings from older members of the music industry, media, interviewers, executives. And this advice often presented itself as thinly veiled warnings. See, I was a teenager at a time when our society was absolutely obsessed with the idea of having perfect young female role models. It felt like every interview I did included slight barbs by the interviewer about me one day running off the rails. And that meant a different thing to every person who said it to me. So I became a young adult while being fed the message that if I didn't make any mistakes, all the children of America would grow up to be perfect angels.
Wow, that's some pressure.
However, if I did slip up, the entire earth would fall off its axis, and it would be entirely my fault, and I would go to pop star jail forever and ever.
No pressure,
It was
girl.
all centered around the idea that mistakes equal failure.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the loss of any chance at a happy or rewarding life. This has not been my experience.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pause it there. So like we are similar age to Taylor within a couple years. And I remember growing up as a young girl, and I'm sure you experienced this as well as a young guy, growing up and basically being told that if you fail or if you mess up, you failed and everything's going wrong, was kind of my experience growing up.
Okay.
So that forced me to never want to try, because if I failed,
That's the problem.
then everything
Right.
would fail.
So if you don't even try, you can't fail, there will be no problem.
If you don't try, you can't fail, there won't be a problem at
Right.
it. So instead, I became the bad girl at the smoke pit who all your friends' parents warned you about. And that was kind of the personality and persona that I took on, because if you didn't try, you didn't fail, and if you didn't fail, everything would stay peachy keen. So I love what she's saying and giving this speech to everyone who's graduating their college year, being like, don't believe it. It was a lie. The cake was a lie. You're allowed to fail. There's a movie that we watch with the boys called Meet the Robinsons. And that movie is entirely about cheering on failures, because at least then you learned something. At least then you tried. And
That's true science.
It's true science.
Yeah.
And so, like, if there was more older Taylors within our generation growing up, I think there could have been the role models that they tried to push, like what she's saying, be absolutely perfect, and every little boy and girl in America will grow up to be little angels. We needed more role models who could fail and tell us that failure was okay and it was just a learning experience.
And what she's saying is become your own role model.
It's become your own role
That's
model.
what she is saying. It's up
Yeah.
to you. Stop listening to the others.
Absolutely.
Do your life, and then you don't need to compare to others, and then you can
Absolutely.
keep making yourself be the perfect version of whatever you want it to be. And that's what
Absolutely.
Taylor has done really good, I think, for us as well. We're finding ourselves more.
My experience has been that my mistakes led to the best things in my life.
Exactly.
And
Failure brings you
Being
there.
embarrassed when you mess up, it's part of the human experience.
Yes.
Looking back, it really feels like those moments were as important, if not more crucial, than the moments I was told yes.
You don't learn anything in
Absolutely.
victory.
Not being invited to the parties and sleepovers in my hometown made me feel hopelessly lonely. But because I felt alone, I would sit in my room and write the songs that would get me a ticket somewhere else. Having label executives in Nashville tell me that only 35-year-old housewives listen to country music, and there was no place for a 13-year-old on car on the way home.
I see it
But
buffering
then
too.
car on the way home.
I see it
But
buffering
then
too.
I'd post my songs on my MySpace, and
Is
I
it back?
would message with other teenagers like me who loved country music, but just didn't have anyone singing from their perspective.
I think it's good now, y'all.
Having journalists write in-depth, oftentimes critical pieces about who
Oh,
they
you can't hear it all now? We're just gonna pause it for a second.
Can't hear. Glitchy
Yes.
for me. Totally froze for me.
Okay. I did pause it, and if we're frozen, it's back. It's coming on. We're just making sure before we move forward that we can get a couple of
Yeah.
clarifications.
Leah
I'll answer that. Letty's is asking, unless you had something outside of Letty's.
No, I was just going to say Letty's.
Okay, you said Leah at first, so I didn't know. But Kyle, what did you study in college? I was becoming a psychologist, and I didn't know quite which way I wanted to. Jordan Peterson, a clinical psychology, was kind of the way I was moving to because he was a big inspiration for me. But once I started and all that happened, I just went the delivery truck driving route because I could still make like 300 a day, and then I wasn't dealing with the whole Zoom and all that stuff. But I think it's now working for everyone, so that's good. It was just a little hiccup, so nice.
Let's go.
And now we're good. And also, y'all, this is already 7:15. This is going past what we were first planning in a good way because we knew we would have fun with y'all, and we never know what's gonna happen. So it's great that over 50 of you even made it to this live stream, which is really awesome for us because we want to make sure there's people here when we did it. We hope this is the best time for everyone. We know not everyone can make it, so let's finish this off, and we have to get back to our family as well. So
Absolutely.
everyone can thank Avery right now because
Thank you,
he
Avery.
is why we are allowed to be down here with all of you.
You perceive me
What's up, hon?
I was going to say, you may not see Avery all the time. Avery is our 15-year-old. That is actually my first son who I had when I was 17. And he is now 15, which is crazy to think of.
No kidding.
And he has been an absolute pinnacle on this channel with the amount of times that he has
Build us out.
bailed us out, watched the boys when a reaction runs too long, or he cooks dinner once a week. He's on the honor roll. He's got his own job. He's phenomenal. So, like, definitely all the love to Avery and everything that he's putting through in the channel.
And he does feel the love from you guys too, as we do.
He sure does.
write in-depth, oftentimes critical pieces about who they perceive me to be, made me feel like I was living in some
Thanks,
weird
ladies.
simulation.
Letty.
But it also made me look inward to learn about who I actually am. Having the world treat my love life like a spectator sport in which I lose every single game was not a great way to date in my teens and 20s.
No.
But it taught me to protect my private life fiercely.
Right.
Yeah.
Being publicly humiliated over and over again at a young age was excruciatingly painful, but it forced me to devalue the ridiculous notion of minute by minute, ever fluctuating social relevance and likability.
Also, and just to finish this Avery content, because you guys are all saying, like, thank you, tell them to say hi. Someone mentioned here, and Jeanette Marie, that she's so close with her mom who had her at 17, and they're 77 and 59.
Yeah.
So think how many more years you get with Avery.
That's amazing.
It's pretty amazing, eh?
It's fantastic. I'm like, Avery and I used to make jokes about being in the same old folks home together.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see it.
Social relevance and likability.
Good to know. I'll put you both in at the same time. I'm off!
We will tell him
Getting
you said
canceled
hi.
on the internet and nearly losing my career gave me an excellent knowledge of all the types of
Oh,
wine.
good timing, hon. Hush.
Hush.
I know I sound like a consummate optimist, but I'm really not. I lose perspective all the time.
No, double dipping.
Sometimes everything just feels completely pointless. I know the pressure of living your life through the lens of perfectionism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
And I know that I'm talking to a group of perfectionists because you are here today graduating from NYU. So this might be hard for you to hear. In your life, you will inevitably misspeak, trust the wrong person, underreact, overreact,
Yes.
hurt the people who didn't deserve it, overthink, not think at all. Self-sabotage, create a reality where only your experience exists.
Whoops.
Ruin perfectly good moments for yourself and others. Deny any wrongdoing. Not take the steps to make it right. Feel very guilty. Let the guilt eat at you. Hit rock bottom. Finally address the pain you caused. Try to do better next time. Rinse, repeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. These mistakes will cause you to lose things. I'm trying to tell you that losing things doesn't just mean losing. A lot of the time, when we lose things, we gain things too.
Yes.
Now you leave the structure and framework of school and chart your own path. Every choice you make leads to the next choice, which leads to the next, and I know it's hard to know which path to take. There will be times in life where you need to stand up for yourself. Times when the right thing is actually to back down and apologize.
Yeah.
Times when the right thing is to fight. Times when the right thing is to turn and run. Times to hold on with all you have. And times to let go with grace. Sometimes the right thing to do is to throw out the old schools of thought in the name of progress and reform. Sometimes the right thing to do is to sit and listen to the wisdom of those who have come before us. How will you know what the right choice is in these crucial moments? You won't.
I was gonna say you don't.
How do I give advice to this many people about their life choices? I won't. The scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be applauded.
I leave you with this. We are led by our gut instincts, our intuition, our desires, our fears, our scars, and our dreams. And you will screw it up sometimes. So will I. And when I do, you will most likely read about it on the internet.
Yep.
Lyrics.
Anyway, hard things will happen to us. We will recover. We will learn from it. We will grow more resilient because of it. And as long as we are fortunate enough to be breathing, we will breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, and breathe out. And I am a doctor now, so I know how breathing works. I hope you know how proud I am to share this day with you.
You could tell.
We're doing this together, so let's just keep dancing like we're the class of 22.
Wow.
Good job, Taylor. What an honor for them.
Wow.
Look at him, he's got his cane. God, that felt great, y'all.
That was
Honestly.
amazing. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of the video. It's so good to see you here. And if you would like to continue in supporting us in our future endeavors, you can do so by supporting us over here. And if you really like this band or artist that you listen to in this video, you can support them right here. And we think you might like this video right here. So remember to click it and continue on your trip down the rabbit hole.